everybody, I'm Josh, and welcome to another episode of Just Sayin. Thank you. It's going to be a good show. Let's go ahead and get it started by answering the question, what is Josh drinking? And on the show today, why switch it up? It's going to be good old Mountain Dew. Refreshing. Now, I'd like to say, because I'm really proud of this, but to no fault of PepsiCo, I love you, PepsiCo, call me PepsiCo, I have cut back on my soda. Through no fault of PepsiCo, I noticed since my mom passed away, I've gained some weight. And one thing I've always been told to do, if you want to lose weight, cut back on what you drink. And so my rule is that I only drink soda when I'm at home. And producer man was quick to remind me that means if I go out to dinner, I can't have a Jack and Coke. That's not even what I drink. I'm upset you don't even know what I drink. Amaretto Stone Sour. And I thought you were my best friend. When have I ever asked you to make me a Jack and Coke? Never. Anyway. On the show today, according to our friends at holidayinsights.com, March 23rd was National Puppy Day. And so, today's show is going to be all cute and cuddly. I also have a new segment to premiere for you. Next week on the show, we don't need Holiday Insights for this, but I still love them anyway. It's April Fool's Day. I don't know how I'm going to do the show yet. I haven't written it, but one day at a time. That's how I like to live life. I'm kidding. I'm just really kind of lazy. It's time for the rundown. So, update. Obviously, no new desk decoration yet. I just checked the mail before I started filming, and no, it's not here yet. Also, on my front, because, well, let's be real here. It's always about me. Thank you all for the emails. I am feeling much, much better. It's just that, I don't know, ever since I've had COVID, and every time, even if I get a cold, a sinus infection, strep throat, anything, I have no energy. And it's been a week now, and I'm still trying to recover from it. By 8 o'clock tonight, and I just woke up around noon, but by 8 o'clock, I'll be like, can I go to bed yet? And then I will have to make myself stay up till at least 10 o'clock. Otherwise, I'll be up at the butt crack of dawn. And I don't like that. If the sun ain't up, I ain't up. It's my rule. Anyway. So, let's go ahead and look at the news. Katy Perry is in some hot water. Apparently, this girl that's in the picture with her name is Sarah Beth Leiby. Leiby, sorry if I mispronounced it. And she auditioned on American Idol last week, a couple weeks ago, I guess. And after she did her audition, I think she makes it through. And she looks like she's 16. In reality, she's 25 and has 3 kids. And the judges are all commenting on that. Katy Perry gets up and she goes to the end of the table and kind of does a dramatic feint. And the contestant says something to the effect of, if Katy lays on the table, I'll cry. And Katy gets up, goes back to her chair, and as she's sitting down, says something back, somewhat to the effect of, "Girl, you've been laying on a lot of tables," meaning she's 25 and has 3 kids. Apparently, this girl's now saying she's upset by the comment after it aired. And everyone's up in arms, wondering why it's taken her so long to come out and say that she's upset by it. Because she signed an NDA, people. When you go on shows like this, even The Price is Right, you sign a non-disclosure agreement to agree not to talk about what happened on your episode before it airs. You don't get your prizes until after your episode airs. And then the big tax bill. But that's how it works. Got to pay Uncle Sam. Someone does. Anyway, so That's why she's finally coming out and saying I'm upset, because she can't say she's upset 6 months ago when she did the audition, and then everybody like, why is she upset with Katy Perry? And then 6 months later, everyone finds out why she was upset 6 months ago. She can't do that. But girl, I have to say, I watched the clip, and it is kind of very awkward. Like, Katy says the comment, and then it's just kind of an awkward silence for what feels like, even watching it feels like forever. But it's like a couple of seconds, and then Luke Bryan starts doing this, I'm going to kill the awkward tension with a laugh. And then they kind of move past it. But yeah, watch the clip here on YouTube. It's hilarious. Anyway, moving on. Netflix is once again being sued for plagiarism. Apparently there's a guy named Jeff Wilson who wrote a book called Queen Anne's Revenge. And he's saying that Netflix stole the plot and some of the characters from his book for their show, The Outer Banks. This is the second time they're being sued for plagiarism. So Netflix, you got to come up with your own content. And if you can't come up with your own content, change things just a little bit. You can't have the same name. Anyway. Here's the next story. I think I mentioned this last week, but I've done so many takes of this episode that maybe I haven't. Tekashi 6ix9ine was brutally beaten down inside of sauna at a gym. He went to the hospital. They had him under lockdown. Some of his haters have started posting things on Twitter. One of them being called Boozy Badass said, quote, "Snitches get stitches. Let's start a GoFundMe to reward the good ones." I don't know what he snitched about. I know he was in prison and then got out early, so I think he snitched on someone. But his haters are mad. And there is video of the guy that beat him going into the gym, asking the front desk clerk where he was, and then he goes and beats him up. Well, while he was at the hospital, like I said, he was under lockdown, and then he came out and said, "I don't need to be under lockdown, I'm not scared, blah, blah, blah." Well, now the article I read called it his baby mama. But his baby mama is upset at Tekashi because, quote, "it's embarrassing to our daughter," end quote. You don't think the big tattoo on his face of the number 69 is embarrassing to your daughter? I mean, don't get me wrong. I have a thing for tattoos. I love tattoos. Terrified of needles, but I love tattoos. And I think that it's ridiculous. And I'm embarrassed for you. But yet, getting beat up inside the sauna of a gym for being a snitch is what's embarrassing to your daughter. Awesome. This book ban in Florida, people, is getting out of control. Anything to do with the LGBT community, anything to do with gender identity, anything to do with wizardry or magic or sex or anything is now being banned in the state of Florida. And if that's the case, you better start banning things like the Sleeping Beauty or Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs or Alice in Wonderland, because someone was tripping when they wrote that thing. Anyway, seriously, because at the end of those two movies, the princess gets kissed by a prince who, without consent, heaven forbid they pick up what that means. I think you're pushing things just a little too far. Back in my day, it wasn't okay to come out as gay. Back in my day, I would have loved something, or a show, or a book about the way I was feeling, and being able to connect it and figure out why I'm feeling so different. You know what I mean? And so I just, you gotta be able to have access to resources in at least my community. But nowadays it's so welcoming, it's so common that, I mean, anybody can know what's wrong with them, so to speak. But I think you're pushing the envelope on this book ban thing a little too far, Ron DeSantis. And like I said, you better ban television shows, you better ban Netflix, you better ban everything else, because they might have a scene where somebody gets kissed without consent, or where they mention being gay. You better just turn your state into doing nothing but going to the beach, because they're going to see it somewhere else if they're not going to read it in a book. I think I saw 2 guys kissing on ABC the other day. Anyway. And finally in the rundown, this is the goaltender for the Argentine soccer club. His name is Leandro Aquina. He's the one in the green. And come on, we've all seen soccer, especially when women's FIFA was kicking ass and taking names, and the men's team a couple of years ago. Anyway, he was kicking the ball just down the field to his team and their opposing side. So their goaltender came out to try and keep it as far away from the net as possible. Well, it dropped behind the goaltender on the other side and went in the net. He scored a goal from his goal. And I believe it is now the world's longest goal. That's 100 feet. No, I'm sorry, 100 yards. It's about the size of a football stadium, I think. Or football field, I think. Anyway, that's awesome. I mean, I've seen goaltenders in hockey score goals, but that's easier than soccer. I mean, it can just deflect the wrong way and go. Anyway, moving along. All right. Well, if you guys didn't know me by now, you know that I don't check the emails when I really do. So if you guys don't mind, I'm going to check some emails right now in the sketch I like to call viewer emails. So creative, I know. How old were you when you knew you were gay? I was pretty. I don't know how old I was, because I always felt different. Like I was just saying, the guy in the Zest commercial just did a little too much for me. And when my friends were talking about how hot the hottest celebrity was, I didn't understand why they thought she was attractive. So, I mean, I've always kind of felt that way. But when did I know? Probably when I came out of my mom and said I'm not going back in one of them. Any real life secret crushes? Abso-freaking-lutely. Am I going to say them on air? Abso-freaking-lutely not. But thanks for asking. Do I have road rage? I wouldn't say, producer man shaking his head yes. I wouldn't say road rage so much as anxiety. That's my issue. And if I have an anxiety pill with me, I'm fine. I'll just pop an anxiety pill and I'll be fine. If I don't, and I didn't know I even did this until a friend of mine saw me doing it while I was driving. But like, if I'm in, it's weird because he even noticed that it doesn't happen when there's no other cars around me. Just when I start getting around a lot of cars, I will, to calm myself down in my car, I know sign language. I will start signing the first letter of every word in the song that we're listening to. And I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I get my mind off of it. I don't know, but it's just what I do to calm myself down. So if you ever ride in a car with me and I'm signing something and I'm driving, it's calming me down. If I'm not driving, I'm trying to sign for help. Anyway. Do I have any pre-film rituals? I did not. Besides getting into the right state of mind, I did not until my mom died. But now, on every day before, when I'm filming, right when I sit down, I will find a song on my iPad or on my iPhone, play it and sing to it. Just kind of making sure my mom knows I'm up there, or making sure my mom knows she's watching. I know she's watching, and yeah. And finally, had I not seen this email myself, I wouldn't have believed it. Like 9/10 out of these, I believe Producer Man makes up. But this one says, do you break for squirrels? I personally saw this email, so I know it's a real one. And the answer is yes. Producer Man makes fun of me all the time for it. When I was a little kid, we had a dog named Shadow, and my neighbor next door had a squirrel feeder in his tree. And so The one day my dog and the squirrel just started playing with each other. Like the squirrel would come halfway down, get on the ground, make my dog chase it around, go back up the tree. Literally, they would play this for hours. We could sit and watch them play for hours. It was cute. It was funny. And anytime we saw a squirrel in the feeder, the dog could be dead asleep across the house, and we just say the word squirrel, and she's right there ready to go outside and play with the squirrel. Until one day, we were outside in the yard doing something, and we noticed the squirrel got hit by a car and was out in the road. And then all of a sudden, our dog noticed it, and the dog went out into the middle of the street, which she knew she shouldn't do, picked the squirrel up, brought the squirrel back, laid it in our yard, and then laid down next to it. Ever since then, I break for squirrels. Cats, dogs, I'll break for them. Birds, rabbits, hell no. No. I tend to break for birds when I'm not meaning to, but rabbits I will speed up. I'm kidding. That will do it for our viewer emails this week. Thank you for those emails. Keep sending them in. If you have a question you'd like me to answer on air, please email the show at shittalking20@gmail.com. And let's go ahead and get the show started with some cute puppies being shamed. That's right, it's time for another edition of Possibly Adorable. Now, I tried to blow these up as much as I could so that I could read them, and I still can't sometimes. Or some of them I still can't read, so I have them on note cards. Literally, it's the smallest font I've ever written in. And it really started cramping my hand doing 2 note cards on them. Anyway, here's the first one. I like the taste of Samsung remote controls. The second tasted better than the first. Fun story. So one of my nephews, when he was a little kid, would always take the batteries out of the remotes at my sister's house, and he would always get in trouble for it. So when he started getting in trouble for it, and he took batteries out of a remote, he would hide the remote. Well, one day my sister is cleaning her house and opens the broiler. She's got a mounted oven with a mounted broiler underneath it, and she opens the broiler to clean it out, and she found a mound of melted TV remotes. Because he was like 3 or 4. He didn't realize that got hot down there, so he just threw them in there. And yeah. Sorry, fun story. Here's the next one. I let bad guys break in the truck and steal mom's iPad. The doors were locked, and I was in the passenger seat. Great guard dog. Great guard dog. Here's the next one. I broke down the fence chasing a raccoon at 11:30 p.m. and they didn't catch me until 2:30 a.m. That's something my dog would do. It is. Here's the next one. I have officially been kicked out of 2 doggy daycares. Again, something my dog would do. Here's the next one. I like to eat deer poop at the park. Who doesn't? Here's the next one. And this is probably... Nope, not this one. Sorry, I clicked the wrong one. And then it just set me all off. Here we go. I stole a baby doll from a 6-year-old and ripped the head off. And the head is in the mouth of the dog. This one is probably the funniest punchline I'll have all day. Here we go. I like to roll around in pickles. Me too. I don't know why I'm shamed for that, but in some political parties, I am. Anyway, here's the next one. On the next note card, Josh. I like to eat my own poo and bring it inside to share with mom and dad. Hey, when your animal does that, it's considered a gift. And it's a big thing to them. So accept it with open arms. You should, though. They bring you a dead bird, you're supposed to just accept it and move on. Here's the next one. I ate a whole pound of bacon that Dad left on the counter. We are now both in the doghouse. Well, I'm in the doghouse. He's not because it's my doghouse. He's just, yeah, anyway. And finally, this one sums up the whole segment. Why do I do this? Well, next, you guys know me. I like to shop for bargains. And what better way to shop for bargains than shopping online? And while I was online looking for some bargains, I found some odd and really strange pet products that I thought I'd share in this week's edition of The Marketplace. Damn it, I thought I had more time. I was trying to switch my sodas. I had a backup soda. I was trying to switch them. Anyway. So this first product, I think, is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Are you the type of person who, when you walk your dog and clean up after it, hate walking around carrying the bag of poo? Well, don't fret anymore, people. I have the product for you. It's Float-a-Poo. You pick up the dog's poo and it just floats away. Because if there's anything we can use anti-gravity for, it's getting rid of dog poo. Here's the next one. Now, I don't understand why, if you wanted a pet duck, why you just didn't buy a pet duck instead of getting your dog duck beak. Here's the next one. Now, you guys know dogs are... I don't know if they're terrified or just annoyed by the sound of a vacuum. Let alone being put inside an inflatable tube and inflated while you're in there. Look at that dog's face. That is a dog screaming, "Call PETA." Here's the next one. Here, you guys have all seen the jokes about like dragging your kids on the kitchen floor and that's your way of sweeping. Great. What happens when you put shoes on a dog? They start walking like this because they don't know what the hell's going on. Are you the type of person who's too lazy to walk your dog and too lazy to sweep your floor? Fear not! Have I got the product for you if you can get them on your dog's feet. It's called the Pet Sweep. You put them on your dog's paws, make them walk around the kitchen, and it cleans the floor. Anyway, here's the next one. I have no idea why you would put your dog in these. Enjoy. You dog. Okay, maybe that was the funniest punchline all day. Here's the next one. When I saw this picture, I was at work, and I have downtime from 2 to 5, and if I've done all my side work and all that stuff, I'll sit down and go through my phone and find the pictures for the show. I found this picture, and it was right around the time the kitchen crew was showing up for the night shift. And they were in the back. And I found this picture, and I was laughing so hard I was crying. They came running up thinking I had gotten hurt. Please don't get hurt laughing when you see this picture. Enjoy. Why would you buy your dog a wig? And is it wrong to put real human hair on a dog? Is it wrong to feed your dog hot dogs? Discuss. Here's the next one. All people my age would understand that joke. Here's the next one. I don't know why you would have a pet hamster to begin with, because when I was a kid, I'd have them, and I was just terrified of them and never played with them. But why in the hell would you put them inside of a unicorn whale? Like, what is the point of that? Here's the next one. Again, stupid ass dog muzzle. If you can get your dog to keep that in their mouth, you're amazing. Please come train my dog. Here's the next one, and it's another damn stupid muzzle. Just buy a damn pig next time. And finally, this is probably the most ridiculous one I've ever seen in my entire life, besides the float-a-poo. Do you have a dog that likes to hump things? Like your invited guests, uninvited guests, furniture, you. Fear not! I have the product for you. I have no idea what it's called. If you want to know, I will find the name of it. Just email the show and let me know that you want me to find it. But I'm calling it the Dog Humper. Your dog can mount it and hump it. Anyway, well, it's time for me to premiere a new segment. I'm really excited about this one. I think it's going to be around for a while. Do you guys play video games on your phone? Apps, whatever you call them. Well, I play a lot, and I'm cheap, so I don't like to buy. I don't like the membership where the only bonus is free ads. I'll watch a damn ad to play for free. But in some of the ads, they're either hurrying things along just to get the ad out, or they're just stupid and need to be shot off my island. There's also strange things in apps, like in the games you play, that just make you go, Well, I thought I'd throw them together in a segment and call it Game Over. Here's the first one. Now, most things name, like if you paint a chicken or do a color by number, and I think this was a nanogram, and it came out to be a rooster, a chicken. The only other place I've ever seen it, I'm sorry, this is the only place I've ever seen them call it a cock. I mean, I know that's the name for it, but just call it a damn rooster. Hey, Mom, imagine your kids were just playing that. Mom, look, I drew a cock. And they're like, what? And then come to find out it's a damn rooster. Just call it a damn rooster. Here's the next one. You would think a game about words would at least know how to spell fruit. Here's the next one. Now, I'm gay. And I did not know it would be this easy to just tap and shoot your balls. Here's the next one. No idea why they would announce that this cat likes to ride that robot. Here's the next one. This is from a game called BitLife, and I downloaded it, and it's actually kind of fun. It's kind of not mind-numbingly takes a while. But anyway, once you get to the age of like 16, you can actually do stuff in the game. Anyway, moving along. You can get to choose whether you're a good guy, bad guy, if you get caught, going to jail, whatever. Well, if you do go to jail, just be warned. Because I think I know what this jail is known for. Because the jail is called Spread Eagle. Here's the next one. This is I'm colorblind, which I've told you guys before. And I don't, the only way I like to really color, I'm being honest here, is by like color by numbers. Because I'm colorblind. Anyway. Well, I think I was doing a pumpkin in this one. I'm pretty sure it was a pumpkin. And this was like when you click the color you want to do, it will highlight or it'll gray out what ones you want, which ones you're supposed to color with that color. And this was just odd. Here's the next one. This one will make you want to play this murder mystery game. It's called Criminal Case. It's really fun. There's like 6 of them. I play all 6 of them. Just do a little system of playing them in order. Anyway. Excuse me. And so this is the in-between chapters picture that it shows you. How creepy is this? I mean, creepy as hell. Here's the next one. They say this is holly, like the plant. To me, it looks more like pot. Here's the next one. You guys like those hunt and seek games where it gives you a list of items and you have to find the item? Hold on. And you have to find the item on the screen. I have never done one and been asked to find a ball gag. It's 2 below the stop sign. And finally in this segment, this is supposed to be relaxing and stress reducing. But when you get finished, you paint the scary ass picture to scare you, and then you have to start the process all over again. Great marketing. Great marketing. Well, that will do it for the show this week. Thank you so much for joining me and helping me celebrate National Puppy Day, as well as one of my nephew's birthdays. Happy birthday belated yesterday. You know who you are. I'm not going to say your name, but happy birthday anyway. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get the show ended so I can get on to my other stuff. I'm kidding. I would sit here and talk to you guys all day. If there's something funny you think I should see and share on the show, be sure to send it to me. There's my show's email as well as my TikTok while we're still able to use it here in the United States, and my Twitter. Fun story. The TikTok guy, the CEO, Shu Chu, I think is his name. Shu Chu. Or Xiao Chow or something. I don't know. Anyway, he testified before Congress and said something to the effect of, no, I don't think they were spying. I don't think spying is what you would call it. So be prepared to get TikTok banned in the United States. Anyway, but until it does, there's my TikTok. And I think there's going to be a new Taser Versus video coming soon. Don't get your hopes up, but I think. Also, while you have a second, please like, subscribe, comment below, and get the notifications anytime I post one of my episodes. Be sure to come back next week when we talk about April Fool's Day. Fun. Fun to be had by all. Well, that will do it this week. Please stay safe, stay healthy, stop the hate, and until next week, everybody, that's all I'm saying.